So we're on a new tour today, and we're starting with hummingbirds. I think there's 12 species here. Jazdil is going to be our guide today. And there's like, I don't know, is there 12 species here?
It's about 7 or 8.
7 or 8 species here, so pretty cool stuff. I got pictures of one.
This reserve started in 1972. It was founded in 1972, so last year was their 50th anniversary. And they started with just 810 acres in total. Most of these areas were not forested. There were some pastures for dairy farming, you know. So when they started with the reserve, they just stopped clearing land and let the forest regenerate itself. So this area where we are here, as you see, is about 40 years old. You see the forest grows back very quickly because the competition is for light. As you mentioned before, they used to have about 25 or 30 sunny days a year here. So the forest, the cloud cover used to extend all the way down to the forest floor, you know, creating a unique, wet, cool climate for the plants and animals living here. That's why there's several trees that grow about 15 feet a year, you know, super quick. But you can tell that this is a young forest by the thickness of a tree, so they look very skinny. They first try to reach maximum height, and then they grow to the side. So as they grow and cover part of the canopy, the treetops, not much light will get to the forest floor, right? So as an adaptation that can help people to identify a cloud forest would be all the layers of plants growing on a single tree. All these plants known as epiphytes, right? Epiphyte means upon plant, comes from Greek, so plants growing upon other plants. The mosses, the lichens, the ferns, the orchids, the bromeliads, the philodendron relatives, all those. And according to a recent study done in 2019, I think it was just 4 years ago, they discovered something interesting, because this symbiotic relationship that epiphytes and trees have was thought to be commensalism. When one species is getting a benefit, the other one is not getting any benefit, but it's not being damaged either, because these epiphytic plants are not parasites. So since all these epiphytic plants don't need nutrients from the ground, right, their roots will grow around the trees, and they get all the nutrients from dust and debris that they collect around their leaves and roots. One tree may have more biodiversity than half of Europe, just here in the cloud forest. So.
Cool. It's crazy. 400-year-old ficus.
Body, but the white face. Oh. And there's another one coming down there.
Capuchin monkeys.
Yeah. Let me see if I can set this up.
Oh yeah, he's white. The top is all white.
Yeah. Seems like they're quite busy feeding.
So we just got treated to the catsil again, which are the beautiful blue bird with the long tail, and capuchin monkeys just before that. So he says we're very lucky to see both, and the catsil 2 days in a row. So only 10% of the visitors get to see the catsil that come here, so we're very lucky. Just doing the trail at the second hotel. And there's a nice little creek here at the bottom. So maybe we can get some fishing birds or something, I don't know. Dropped my phone on the hike this morning and I had a glass cover on it and it smashed that. But my phone didn't take any damage, so now I have to be even more careful. I gotta admit, the Gary self-guided tours are pretty cool, but I'm not finding the things that the paid guides were finding, that's for sure. I suspect that most of these guys know where these things are on the trail, and they all share the information, and they make it sound like, oh cool, look what we found on our adventure today. We found this nest, or you know, this tarantula, but they already knew it was there. I'm pretty sure this is how it works. But they make you feel special, like, hey, look, we found this. I found a waterfall. Check that out. Would you look at the size of that hole? Stick your arm in there, Carrie. If that's a tarantula hole, it's a big one. Oh, there's a blue morpho butterfly way up there. Up bright and early this morning, 5 o'clock. We have one final bird tour today with Everett, who we had the Cloud Forest tour the other day. And we're going to do some digiscoping for birds. And we've already seen a ton of really cool birds, but maybe some smaller species today, warblers and whatnots. I've traveled around the resort here and found quite a few on my own, so you guys will see all those photos. But final trip into the jungle today.
White flowers. I think that is the 10th one hummingbird. The smallest hummingbird we have.
Toucan way up there in the tree.
kind of
Yeah,
turquoise
it's looking
with a
right
yellow
at us
beak,
now.
and the mohawk.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. Oh,
Oh, God.